Chapter 1328. Follow them. This is going to change history, Taran shouted, scrambling to get into a car with his assistants and speeding after the group of people. Over in the capital of Teria, Gary and Milo had fled to the middle of the city with what remained of their men, hastily setting up a defensive line. Milo looked at Gary in terror. "What do we do now?" "What do you think?" Gary spat, nearly exploding with rage and panic. "I'm done here. It's your call now." Michael was already dead, and the Church of Holy Illuminati had been defeated fair and square. The Holy Warriors and Church Militia Knights had retreated halfway, and there was no way Gary was staying to die. Gary barked out an order and fled toward the east with the remaining members of the Scorpion army. Milo was left alone in the city, unable to believe what had just happened. How could a force as powerful as the Church of the Holy Illuminati have lost? Michael, someone of the super sanctuary level and even armed with a divine weapon, had died. What was he going to do now? Milo was overwhelmed with terror. The Church of Holy Illuminati could retreat, and Gary could flee as well. They were not Terrian and could very well leave. But what about Milo? He was Terrian-born, and there was nowhere he could run to. There were barely 10,000 defense soldiers left, and Milo hardly thought that they would be capable of holding their own. Amidst a fit of terror, Milo began frantically dialing the numbers of multiple foreign armed forces and promising them the world. As long as they said yes, Milo was more than happy to give them control over a portion of the country. More importantly, he would be able to stay alive. His only hope was in these armed forces now. Milo paced about in the presidential office, shaking with nerves and panic. Hours had passed, and he had not gotten a single reply. Finally, the phone on the table rang. Milo grabbed it at once, picking it up with glee. "Hello? Milo Konos. Surrender now and face your sentence, or you shall die like a fool." Tyrone's furious voice rang through the call. The phone fell to the ground with a clatter, the call beeping to an end as Milo's face paled. He did not get the backup that he had hoped for, but instead got a call from Tyrone. It was all over now. At the same time, under Wilbur's lead, the church militia and 20,000 believers arrived at the capital of Teria. The defense soldiers stuck their heads out of the buildings lining the city streets, looking around anxiously. Wilbur got out of the truck, putting his hands behind his back. Behind him were Carl, Catherine, Cameron, Dawson, Tyrone, and the church militia members. Further behind were the 20,000 believers, their gazes burning with bravado and confidence. Taran took in the sight from behind everyone, overwhelmed with emotion. Who would have thought that the Church of the Flame Dragon Lord would have been able to make it this far? They had practically stormed the city of the Teria capital. Wilbur smiled at Tyrone. "Mr. President, what did Milo Konos say?" "Not a word, Your Holiness," Tyrone replied respectfully. Wilbur chuckled. "Let's go inside then." He began to make his way to the president's office, everyone else following behind him. Wilbur walked as if he were on an evening stroll, scanning his surroundings with his spiritual power and hurling fireballs anywhere he detected defense soldiers. The sheer destructive power of the fireballs scared the wits out of the already terrified defense soldiers, and none of them could even fight back. Before the soldiers could even surrender, they had fallen under the attack of the fireballs.